Yes, we are.
Sweet. Okay. So, last time you guys kind of started up, met up with Gabe there, and headed out to figure out the location potentially of this white moose. That's kind of like the main thing that happened. You guys did some exploration. You guys for the most part, it was pretty. It took you a couple checks to actually find where you're supposed to be. Um, had a little bit of some snags along the way, but eventually you were able to kind of come across this like seemingly clear area, this kind of like glimmering effect that was shrouding this like inner you're not exactly sure what this is, this like ritual type location. Um, so you're kind of doing the preliminary investigation. You saw a couple of statues aligned that you started poking at, seeing, what they were made out of. But mainly we kind of ended there and seeing, okay, what's up with this area? What's with this random moon dial in the middle of the location? And we're going to continue on with that. One thing I wanted to do though was I kind of gave an explanation of verbally, but sometimes I think like a picture might kind of help visualize exactly what we're looking at here. So I'm gonna bring you guys to kind of like this almost 3D rendering of what they're trying to achieve here. So this might be kind of spoiler, but you're gonna get to encounter some of this in a second here. But I just kind of, because I described that some of the stuff slopes up, it's almost like three-dimensional here. So let me activate this.
I thought our world was two-dimensional this whole time.
Okay. All right. So I don't know if you guys can see this. Hopefully it's cleared up. Okay, so you guys are kind of over here. So you guys started over here. And I forgot to mention this part here, but we'll chat about this here. So this is kind of how it slopes up. There's like this and these are, you guys kind of like wrapped around, and here were the statues that you guys were looking at. And then there was this opening here that led to this circle where this like gnomon is kind of like pointing at each of the phases of the moon. And you can kind of see here in the middle. So it doesn't have everything, I think. It has most things, but this kind of gives you a representation of what you're supposed to be visualizing. So if you were struggling to understand what the heck's going on, hopefully this clears stuff up. Did anyone have any questions in terms of like, besides what is all of this and what does it mean, and tell me all the lore? So some of you guys are actually over here, and then some of you are over here. And then we passed by this, and I'll kind of describe that a little bit when we go back to the scene, because you guys would have seen it. So any questions on that, or I'll take us back to the other so you guys can keep navigating. I just wanted you guys to have this image in your head when you're moving
What was that term you used?
Say that again?
What was that term you used? It starts with an L, I think.
Continue on, DM.
I don't know. Okay.
No, is it a term for the phases of the moon thing?
The Gnomon, GN.
Oh, the no. Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't start with an L. I just misheard.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Maybe I said Lomon or whatever. Oh, not the Ramshackle Inn. Oops.
Oh, fuck, we've been teleported.
I thought Greg was going to ask you to explain all the lore.
No.
No.
Yeah, when I heard L, I immediately thought lore, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna deep dive here."
This is gonna. Okay.
You go into the lunar phases of the lunar of this world.
Okay, you guys should be back now.
Okay. Is
Okay.
is the tip of this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Is it pointing to the what the actual phase of the moon would be?
Yeah. So you guys did ask that last time. It did
Okay.
match up. You did have that perception, and so okay. So before I kind of jump in and let you guys kind of freely move around here, I did need to describe this guy where Zoran and Jimothy are this thing here. So it's like a little like tiny, almost like a little tiny gazebo that has like this like little brazier, brazier, sorry, in the middle of it, brazier. um, in the middle of it, you'll and then it's kind of surrounded by like these like sorry, not these five, these like semicircle, and it's got like these crystal let me see here, make sure yeah, this kind of it's made out of stone. It's relatively large. It's about like 20 inches in diameter. And it looks like it's made, the floor of that little gazebo area is made out of marble. So everything in that little area is made out of nice, well crafted, well chiseled marble. So if that's something else you can start looking at, if you for the two of you there, if you want to start there. So here, let me pause so you guys can move around. So yeah, we'll jump to Zorn and Jimothy first, if you guys want to take a peek at that, or if you guys are like, I'm done with that.
I just want to ask if it seems like there are any etchings on it, like maybe like someone's been dragged or anything on this stone. That's all I'm concerned about. It's not some sort of a...
Yeah, why don't you give me an investigation? What are you doing, Jimothy? Are you following along? Last time we mentioned you two were going to meet up with the other group, but you guys passed by this here, so I wanted to give you an opportunity. If you want to continue going, that's fine, or if you want to stick around, that's cool too.
Yeah, I mean, I'll look at it with her, I guess.
Okay.
Does this look like anything someone could be sacrificed on?
Feel free to, you also, actually, roll again another investigation. It's on your other one, but that was from 2 weeks ago. Okay, so with a 13 and a 9, you can't tell that, it's used for anything it's small, right? Like I said, it's like 20 inches in diameter, so it's not particularly large. The first thing you notice, though, it's that like it's got like a bunch of twigs and like pine cones and a feather are all like on top of it's like covered in a bunch of brush and like stuff like that. So you're not sure. If you want to clean that up, see if there's anything within that, you can. But right now it's kind of like covered up with all this bunch of leaves and crap.
Figured out. We'll just like move it to the ground if I can.
Jimothy, it seems like you were like, let's not do that.
Well, I wanted to see, does it look like a nest or something, or a pot, or like a?
Too bad, too late for the thing.
Or a pyre, maybe like where they made fires or something.
Okay. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, so
Let me just scoot these bones off of the way.
So you wipe it off and nothing happens. So so you're wondering like, okay, that's a bit odd. But it looks like it's got some nice it seemed like it did have some sort of like drawings or runes or something on it, but that's been kind of like weathered away, so it's not really legible or decipherable what it's supposed to mean. But it seems like based on the material that it made, it made of marble and everything, like it's supposed to be pretty nice, and I'm sure it has some significance, but based on some of the rules here, that you're not quite able to gather what's going on. So yeah, what are you guys doing? You guys just kind of...
Well, Matt has no idea, so Jimothy has no idea.
Okay. Do you choose to sacrifice Zoran right there and see what happens?
If she like puts her head over the little 20-inch diameter pedestal thing, I will cut it off.
Okay, Zoran, do you do that?
I don't, but I do want to because Jimothy and I saw the statues before, and they were kind of like the faces were worn off, but it just seemed like normal weathering or something. Does it seem kind of similar to like what this gazebo looks like the stone and stuff? Probably.
Yeah, based on like what you rolled here, yeah, it seems like it's like similar like similar. It's just like, it's been what's yeah, and this might be like a reasonable thing, is like, oh, like if it was shrouded by this magical effect, why didn't it kind of preserve this? Like that could be a question that you think about, but it seems like the elements still affect it whether it's covered or not. So yeah, it doesn't seem like it was like purposefully done to like remove whatever it is was on it at one point.
Okay. Yeah, just gonna keep going towards food then. There's
Okay.
a theme of like anything significant over here.
Sure. Okay. So you guys are gonna move back to the rest of the group here. So so you gents were looking at it. You noticed that there was like a very tiny-ish distinct, like almost like hue coming from it, like from like the nomad itself. So, but you kind of investigated. Yeah, the location of it does match up with the phases of the moon. Is there anything else you wanted to kind of do with that as you're kind of exploring around here? Actually, for the sake of everything, why doesn't everyone give me a perception check to kind of like keep this moving along? Hopefully, give you guys something at least to see. We kind of like abruptly stopped this. Maybe I should have cut it off earlier. Oh shit! Looks like somebody rolled a natural 20 in my end, but I think it was just like somebody's dice colliding. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, the sheet was a little bit late from the things on the table.
Okay, cool. So, all right. So, Zoran, as you're kind of peeking through here, so the first thing, and I think some of you have noticed this, and we kind of stopped there last time, was that with a natural 20, you hear like something from this crumpled zone over here. There's like a bit of a crumpled rock or something that kind of like opens up into this like cliffside here. So that's the first thing you notice. The other thing you notice, and now that you kind of see the other image from last time, you see like you kind of like start looking up and just kind of looking around, and you see there's something up there. Like if you were to go wrap around and look at the steps, that there's something up there that's kind of like, I don't know if it's like a big box or like a crate or something, but it seems like, or it's just some sort of block made of stone. You're not exactly sure, but seems to be something up there between like two trees, and it seems like it's like almost like bisecting it, like in the middle of it. It's just something placed there, and there's like a statue also up top in this area. So those are the kind of like two things that you notice that really pop out to you. And you also notice some of the other things that the other people have noticed. Like there's a little bit of warmth coming from like the moon dial area that's kind of keeping everything, the snow melted away. And you notice like the very, very faint kind of like almost glow coming from everything here. So.
When you said that I was hearing something from this like crumpled rock over here, is it like a constant noise, like it sounds like falling rock, or is it like someone's calling out to me and it stops and then it calls back out? What's the sound?
So based on that roll, and I'll say so, Oz and Bofades, you do notice also kind of like that crumpled zone area, but Soren, with your natural 20, just kind of like it's almost seemed like it was like a sigh or like a snort or like a bellow or some kind. Like it really, you're not exactly sure what it was, but you did hear something come from that area.
Since Jimothy's the closest to me, I'll probably let him know, like, hey, did you hear that? Like, I heard like a snort or something coming from over there. I'm gonna point over to it and I'm gonna ask if he heard it too. Which I'm guessing maybe he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did investigation instead of perception, so I actually would have had a 21 if I had done perception. So maybe did I hear it with a 21?
Yeah, no, you definitely would have. Yeah, I would say you probably don't notice this thing. Like you didn't really look up and saw like the whole block thing that I mentioned, but you did hear that for sure. So yeah, what are the kind of the two of you or the rest of you doing? Or actually, I'll wait for it. Seems like some you guys have kind of stepped up for a second.
Yeah, I'll
I
just
mean,
go.
it seems like there's nothing of interest here.
I don't know about that.
I'll just go sneak over there and.
Okay, yeah. Why don't you give me a stealth check to kind of like, I'll let you kind of like look through and peek in and see what you spot with that carry over here. Okay, 21. Let me.
I'm gonna come with them, but I'll stay a little bit behind.
Okay, you
I was
can
still
stealth as
listening.
well. Does anyone else? You guys see both of these, the two of these kind of like move around. Sorry, a little bit of sun over here.
Buffets is like, I will play them a tune while they walk.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Well,
Let me give you a banger.
something suspenseful.
Okay, so Jimothy, you kind of like hug around, like hug the wall, and kind of like, I'm assuming you kind of like shuffle about and then kind of like peek your head in real quick, and then are you gonna like just peek in, peek out, or are you just gonna like hold it and see if you spot anything? What's
I'll
kind
peek in and peek out, but I'm gonna do it at like ground level. Like I'm gonna get down on my knees and peek out so that if something notices, maybe they'll just think it's like an animal, like a halfling animal.
So you notice, so you peek in there, and do you have dark vision?
I do. I have my robe of eyes, so actually I have advantage on visual perception checks too.
Okay. Well, I'm carrying the one over, so that should be fine with that. That you have there. So you peek in, and you see. I'm not sure how many moose or have you seen in your life, but this is. I don't know if you like. Has anyone ever actually seen a moose in like person or just like anywhere? Like they're massive creatures.
They're massive, yes.
Yeah. So think about like what you've seen, and then like multiply it by like 2. Like it is huge, and you see, Jimmy, as your ground level, you see 4, like it's 4 legs, just kind of like really long. You can't even like really get a chance to kind of like look up to see where it's at. But you do notice that like that it's starting to move out into the kind of like the crumpled area, like maybe it heard something. And that's kind of all you see as you like look in and look at it. If you want to keep looking, you can. That's like the first thing you see as you like peek in.
Okay, well if it didn't seem to notice me, then I guess I'll just poke my head back out slowly.
Yeah, but it seems like it's alert, like it heard something from the other side. Like maybe it heard Zoran or something. But it is alert, like it like kind of like
so it was nearby. It was like just on the other side of this rubble to me, or it was like further away.
Yeah,
towards
like on where you're at. Yeah, so it'd be like. Actually, let me reveal it so you can kind of see it, because it is there. This big boy, it is right there.
Ah! Doing the same thing Jimothy's doing.
Okay, then if I saw it, I'm gonna pee a little and then back up.
It is not coming out, but it is like, just kind of like it's just like waiting, like it's seeing like, oh, it heard something, but it's not like acting on it. It's like you're playing any RPG, you go and like the enemy's like, what's that? And it's just like
exclamation marks.
Yeah. That's exactly what's happening. So you have a cooldown time or something like that. You're not sure if it's going to continue to investigate.
Now, did Jimothy see like, was this moose just proportionally like twice as big, or was it just a very fat moose?
No, proportionally, it is like twice as big.
I feel like that's important. We might be able to outrun him. you know.
So it's not just like a bobblehead moose.
Yeah, it's got like the biggest head or whatever. No, it was proportionally large. I was just like describing mainly the legs because like the way Jimothy would like he like got on the ground and just kind of like peeked in and looked over. So it wasn't like he like took the time to like kind of look up and see this thing. But it is
like
there.
this moose is deciding if Jimothy was worth its time to be concerned or not, because I can only imagine Jimothy's size compared to the size of this moose.
There is a size difference.
There is indeed mechanically as well a size difference. Okay.
Well,
So
I'll back up
mhm.
and turn around and see Zoran right behind me. And
you see Zoran like river dancing.
and I will like back her away.
Okay. Cool. So I'll carry you guys both. It doesn't seem like any other sounds are making it. So it seems like it just, from what you gathered, Jimothy, it seems like it just stood up and it's just kind of like alert. It's not like moving out or anything like that, but it is there. The rest of you, what are you doing? You guys kind of see the two of them just kind of like come out. Jimothy kind of like, whoa, back up.
Oz is probably gonna like step here. Where'd you say that box was? Was it like up in this area?
It's like let me use it. It's like up here.
Over here somewhere.
Yeah.
Then Oz is probably gonna like get closer and just try and get a better look at whatever that thing is.
Sure. Why don't you give me are you trying to see if you can spot it, or are you trying to like see what you can gather from it? Like I'm trying to decide between perception and investigation on what you're looking at here.
I'm trying to just see like more details about it. Like does it look like a crate, or does it look like a like structure that's built up there?
Yeah. Okay, why don't you give me a perception to see what you're peeking at. Okay, great. Yeah, so with the 22, yeah, you're able to spot, and yeah, it it's a pinata. It's not a pinata, unfortunately. It looks like it is like kind of what you're gathering from. It looks like it's almost like a tomb or like some sort of like sarcophagus type thing. Like it looks like it's like, or some sort of like I forgot what they call those stone structures that they like bury some of those people in.
Cairn or a sepulcher.
Damn, okay, yeah. I don't even know what those words are.
Coffin. Is it a coffin?
Well,
a casket?
I don't know what the distinction are between one of them is made of being a wood and one being made of stone, but the one that's made of stone, it looks something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I played Skyrim. Skeletons come out of those ones, so
That's that does happen in Skyrim. It also happens in Dark Souls, so yeah.
I just don't know where they get the muscles to, push the lid off.
Magical muscles.
Okay, so you spot that.
How high up is that? Like 15 feet, 20 feet?
It is about actually not too high. It's about like 15 feet, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, scratch that. No, it's not even that high. It's only 10 feet up.
Oh well.
You can. It's like not too high. Yeah.
Does it look like there's like spots that Oz could attempt to climb up?
So why don't you give me why don't you give me a straight intelligence check for a second?
Okay.
Is Oz like voicing any of this?
Yeah, Oz is just kind of like stepping up and looking up, like. I guess yeah. Silo and Bofades, like, are you just kind of like watching Oz step up and like look up, or what are the two of you doing in the meantime?
Yeah, think Bofades knows that the investigation of the phases of the moon is not in his wheelhouse, but he will be consulting his astrological signs.
I think I feel like Oz would remember we literally walked by steps coming up here.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
Section.
There was steps, so I made him roll that just to like, he's like, okay, yeah.
I guess actually, thinking about your picture, can we see the statue that's above where we're at?
So the answer, I guess, yes.
I think I saw one that was like right here, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you now that you kind of like look up and stuff like that, and you all see it now that there is a statue kind of up there. And then yeah, Oz with the 13. Yeah, you would recall that if you go back to kind of where you were initially, there were like some steps to kind of like get up here, and so you gather that you probably would, if you could avoid climbing, this would probably be the way to do it.
So it's Oz's grand plan to build some muscle, but he'll probably just like kind of look around and go, should have designed stairs over here too.
And I would probably see Oz trying to like peek over the edge and like trying to pull himself up, and I would go over and give him a boost up.
Okay.
Cannon him up there.
All right, give me an athletics check. Just see if you can just. I mean, it's not that high up, right? Like,
it's not like I'm tossing him out of a hole.
It's gonna be funny if like I get tossed all the way up and over to the other side.
Yeah, you just like arc. Okay.
I'm just trying to give him a boost. I don't want to use too much strength.
It's not the fact that you're like it's like you're, I don't know, maybe it's like the communication, like Oz is just like not stepping properly, but it seems like you're like kind of like your fingers aren't intertwined correctly in the boost, or however you're positioning your hands. It seems like he's slipping, and you can't get enough like leverage to kind of get him up there.
He's just too wiry and flailing about, so I can't get a hold of him to like boost him.
Yeah, it's almost like he's unstable as well, and it's like making it difficult for you to like do something.
I'll take the stairs, the silo. It's fine. I mean, before, like, does it seem? Yeah, screw it. You know what? Oz is like, actually, you know what? I'm gonna sit down and ritually cast detect magic.
Okay. All right. So that what is that long? That take 10 minutes to do that, or?
What am I concentrating on? Oh. Never mind. It lasts 10 minutes, but it's literally going to take me like 10 minutes to cast it. So I'm going to get started on this.
Okay, so you're going to get started on it. All right, so you, so this is really funny because like, Asad was like, oh, let me try to boost you up, and then Oz is like, no, it's fine, I'll just take the stairs. And then you just start going into the ritual. Like you're not even like, wait, what just happened?
Mentally unstable, we talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
It's neurodivergent to have like really bad ADD, and so you're focused from one thing to the next really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to call that scatterbrained, but maybe that's offensive nowadays. I don't know.
Yeah, and I did want to make a slight correction. I was just kind of looking at the map here, and I missed something. So, Jimothy, when you peeked in to look into that that rumble zone, that rubble zone area, it's not like it's just straight and then there's rubble. It seems like it like slopes down, like the rubble, like you're looking in, and it's kind of like you're almost looking down like a few feet.
So it crumbles downhill out away from us a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
So it seems like you'll go down a few feet. to get to the bottom of the floor. But you still saw the legs, so all that doesn't change. But that's something to note. Like what if this moose is gonna have to go out? It's gonna have to like step on this like rubble ramp or whatever to climb up to get to you or whatever.
And now that everyone is moving around and doing stuff, I guess I'll just stay there at the corner and occasionally like listen and occasionally peek around to see if the thing is still down there or if it looks like it's alerted and coming up here or something.
Yeah, so as this is happening, so Oz starts to do this ritual, as I was pulling it out. You notice that like it starts pacing a little bit. And I'm gonna have to roll again to see what it decides to do here. Okay, so it's pacing a little bit. You notice that it's got like pretty quiet steps. Like it's not like either the like whatever the ground is made out of is particularly soft, or maybe just the way it's like deliberate in its pacing to make sure it doesn't seem like it's moving in sound. But then you notice that like it like turns around and like puts like kind of like focuses towards the rubble zone, and it actually starts moving towards that direction. So it seems like it's coming towards you. It hasn't spotted you yet. Heard over the stealth check, but it seems like it is coming towards that area, like either up it or something. So you got a bit of time here before it comes out. So
I will turn around and like I'll scoot back out of sight, just far enough to be like out of sight. So I guess like up here, and I will like wave my arms and I don't know, like make one of those sounds people make to get someone's attention, like
okay. Everyone else,
and I will pull out my. Maybe if I assume I can have some visual effect. My soul knives, my blades, or whatever, and I will like pull them out. Like I look like I want to fight something. So
okay.
Maybe people realize something's coming.
Okay. So, I'll say everyone but Oz like immediately notices that. So unless someone wants to convey that to Oz, or Oz, what's your passive perception, I guess?
What is that? Just 10 plus. I think it's 15.
15. Okay, so that's actually pretty high. I would say that never mind. I'll say that you also do notice this. Like Jimothy's kind of like waving his weapons around or like trying to get everyone's attention, and you guys are all hopefully you understand that what he's like, oh hey, something's coming.
Well, if I'm looking at Jimothy, then I'm probably looking past him and seeing glimpses of, a friendly friend to our party.
Yes.
A happy tree friend?
Something like that.
Yeah, so I guess Oz will stand up and go, God damn it. Rituals really should be faster.
Okay, so you notice, the moose starts making its way out. Jimothy, are you backing up? Because it's coming out. Sorry, you're muted.
If it starts to come out, I'm going to like back up. I'm gonna back up and like put my daggers behind me so that they don't like attract attention, hopefully. And I want to like kind of like crouch down into the wall and hopefully it doesn't see me as it comes out and sees all my big dumb friends first.
Okay, so it like comes out and it like just snorts, like it just like snorts, and it looks just looks almost like in a defensive position, almost, rather than being like offensive. Like it's almost like keeping, like it's not moving towards you like aggressively charging at you or anything like that yet. It's just kind of like just standing guard in front of this area. I'll give you guys what are you guys doing? What are you guys like, you can do one thing. You can try to talk to it. You guys can try to fight it immediately. You can try to like, it is looking at you just kind of like, looks like what's the next move that somebody? It's not like you're as in like the stand down or whatever.
So, and I'm assuming my moose is still with us somewhere, like in the vicinity.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it'll. Actually, that's a good question. Okay, what are you trying to do with it?
Well, I was, I would just like try and initially, talk to the moose that's coming out and be like, you know, we mean no harm. We came across this place by accident. We're just looking to see what this place is. Does the moose say? Is it able to speak? Does it say anything?
Wait, sorry, you're having your moose convey that
Well,
to it?
I'm asking it directly
to
see if I get a response from the moose that's coming out.
Okay. Sal uses his moose to seduce the white moose. No, I think that's what people were wanting, but I don't think that's what's happening right now. So
that's where I was going with the other moose coming in here.
Yep.
There will be no shipping of the mooses.
So, and you've heard this, like the, how like the moose that you have like bellows and make noises and stuff like that. You notice that the moose, speaks. It moves its mouth almost like you're in a live action Disney animal movie or whatever. And it says, actually, what does everyone speak?
Common and Celestial.
Celestial, okay.
Celestial, Common, Elvish.
Okay.
Elvish Halfling.
Halfling, okay. Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, Orc.
Common, Sylvan.
And Sylvan. Okay. So you all don't quite understand what this thing's saying, but you all understand that the concept that it is speaking a language that is not moose, which is a bit odd. So, but it says something. It doesn't seem like to understand you. It seems like it was like just speaking at you, and you just happen to be speaking at it. Asilo.
So I'll look over to my moose and be like, "Can you tell what he said?"
And the moose is like, "Nah, dog, don't understand that."
Oh, can I cast forgot that I had this one in here. I'll go ahead and wait. Is this only for reading? Oh shit.
Oh no. Come on, Bofades.
If it's what Oz is thinking of, Oz is going to do the same and
any language. Okay, that's you understand.
I suppose, I don't feel the need to wait around 10 minutes for me to try and ritually cast this while there's a giant moose yelling at us. I figure I should probably use a spell slot.
Okay, so all right, so yeah, you notice that it's speaking something else. You cast Comprehend Languages. It's not saying anything. It's just holding this position, and it's almost like lowering its head, like it's ready to like fight you all. I'll give you guys like
So I'll tell my moose, can you try and relay to it that we mean no harm, we're just exploring. We're trying to find out what this place is and what the moose is doing here. So hopefully it speaks moose.
So the moose, your moose, says these things, and then the white moose responds back in the language, not in the language, not in moose, but it seems like it did understand what the moose was saying. Your moose, sorry, I'm saying moose a lot, but so it didn't understand, and it responds, and then Bophades and Oz, you hear the words. Please leave now. This is sacred ground that does not belong to you.
This is tough because we're supposed to deal with the moose problem.
But it is sentient. It can speak.
And it can speak. Do we?
So I'll have my moose ask the other moose why it keeps attacking the villagers.
Okay. Why don't you give me, because it's pretty, like, it's really ready to be aggressive. So why don't you give me a persuasion roll here, to kind of see if you can keep the peace for a little bit longer, as you know you're trying to use this moose to communicate. I want to like give you a roll here. Oh shit! God damn. Okay. Okay. So you notice, but this is kind of like natural, just by like you're trying to be like, you're trying to inquire, you're trying to like establish a dialogue through your moves, that the white moose, and you can actually perceive this, Silo, that it raises its head up, so it's not as such an aggressive position, and it's almost like willing to talk to you a little bit. And the moose responds, it's just like, take. That's all they do. They take, they steal, they kill all that is glorious of this forest. And again, it is I that I was tasked to deal with it. I was awoken for this very purpose.
I think Bofades is going to say, hey man, I get that. Child of the forest here. All these humans do are come cut things down. But what are we protecting here?
Okay, so I hate to like ruin this for you, but technically it doesn't understand you. Like it just
Hey, even better. That's fine. I can understand it, and it can't understand me.
Right. I guess you could have like the moose say that. I don't know if Asilo. I want to like be able to for you to communicate with it. So I'll just say that you pass that through the moose, I guess, for now.
And the moose can understand common, so knowing that there's like a language barrier, the moose is trying to do its best.
Okay, so I'll just say for the purposes of it, yeah, that like you kind of three are able to somewhat communicate with it, and then Jimothy and Zoran really have no idea what's going on. You just hear the moose saying words, and then the white moose responding in a different language so far, and then Bofades randomly saying things. Not randomly, but he is almost like he is communicating with it.
Do we get a sense what language the moose is speaking? Like, I know.
It seems like it's some sort of form of, I guess, because you're able to. Doesn't decode. Let me see here. What does it tell you? I guess it looks like you can just understand it. I guess it is a spell, so I'll tell you what it is. It's speaking some sort of like druidic tongue of some kind. So, which might give you an indication of, you know, how it was awakened or
Okay.
So sorry, Bofades, one more time. What were you trying to say to it? Like what is it? Protect here, or?
Yeah, you know, I was just trying to convey that, you know, satyrs are also creatures of the wilderness and of the forest, and have those kind of sacred spots, and just trying to figure out why he's been resurrected to protect this place.
Okay, that's okay. So it is puzzled because like you know, it's all this communication is happening through this moose. It's really funny. So it responds with, one of the forest should join the others of the forest. Help me destroy the others. And then it responds as well. I do not know what exactly I'm protecting, but Ravison told me that I need to protect this part of the forest.
Radisson, like the hotel guy?
No, not Radisson, Ravison. It's just like, oh yes. He's like, I'm actually more of a Best Western kind of guy.
I prefer Hyatt, but you know.
It's like I've recently stayed at what is it called? The Marriott. It was
Stayed at a
fun.
Holiday Inn Express last night.
Holiday Inn Express. A DoubleTree.
By window.
Okay.
Oh, anyway, so I, trying to relay a message through my moves. Is there? I ask, is there any way that we could achieve balance between protecting the forest and protecting the people that have to survive in this environment?
As of right now, no deals can be made. Only Ravison can decide for me.
Who is this Ravison?
And she is a servant of Oral. My patience is quickly leaving here.
So do we know who? Just based on him saying that, and I don't know what Oz is thinking, but do we know who Oral is? Is that a?
Yeah. So you do know that. This, again, this is common nutshell. Oral is like this deity of the north. So she's.
That's what I thought. I just didn't want to assume.
No,
Okay.
that's fine. You can. This is all. You have this information now, so you guys are all privy to this. And you've heard a bunch of different people mention her. The Frostmaiden. That's another way she's referred to.
Do we know if, in all of what we know about Oral, do we know if like she's a good deity, a bad deity, kind of somewhere in between?
That's a good question. Why don't you give me a religion check? And if anyone else wants to roll that, they are welcome to.
Religion check.
I'll let anybody just kind of like give you guys a bit more context here. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, that's actually okay. So I would say kind of like the rest of you except the Silo. You gather that she's a pretty she's got her objectives like to keep winter going like everlasting. You had kind of understood that. You got that notion of it. A notion of like good and bad. Asylum, you gather that like it seems to be maybe a bit more neutral, or like in the sense that like she responds to what she is perceiving here. So she's like punishing those that have like almost like seeking out justice for like those like abusing the land, the nature that is around here. So give me 1 second real quick and I will give you a little bit more with that. It's a pretty good roll. So.
Like, here's the stat sheet, this is what you find out.
Well, what I was gonna ask was like, would, since this is considered somewhat of a deity, would a Silo have known like if there was a hierarchy, like who are the direct servants under the Frostmaiden, or is this Ravison someone that he would have some sort of knowledge of?
Okay, so you probably wouldn't know that. So I'll say that with that information. So for mechanical purposes, she is a what you gather a neutral evil god deity. So you would be privy to that, Asilo. So it seems like she's got her own agenda in that sense, and she kind of does her own things, and not necessarily she's like strictly by the rules, and kind of like a bit more, but she's not like chaotic or anything like that. So And then this Ravison person, you don't know who that is. So you gather that like maybe it's just a worshiper of some kind. You don't have any information about that. So anyhow,
So I'll ask my moose to relay the message. Can you summon this Ravison here so maybe we can discuss terms with her or him or it or whatever?
So it asks, it responds, and this is kind of like the last thing it says. It's just like, Ravison comes as she pleases. She is doing her duty to keep the forests of the north safe. This is your final warning. Leave now.
I think we have more time.
So we're trying to protect both the people and the forest. Why can't we reach an agreement?
And it kind of like gestures like only the one with hairy legs understands the issues of the north. The rest of you, and it looks towards freaking Bofades. The rest of you don't understand and cannot possibly be ones to that could possibly understand and be reasonable to negotiate what's going on here. And I will have everyone roll for initiative.
You gotta be kidding me. I get rid of minor illusion where I could have given my legs hair, and this happens.
That was it. That was the moment.
That was the fucking moment.
Okay.
I feel discriminated against because I cannot grow hair on my legs.
Sorry, let me add you
Stupid
guys.
robot legs.
Okay, sorry. It is appear there, so it is. Did I add everyone? Is everyone on there? No, I didn't add Jimothy. How about Jimothy? Okay. So Jimothy, I'll give you. You can move a couple squares away if you want. I'll give you like 5-10 feet if you want to move back. You don't have to be right next to it, starting out.
Immediately gets trampled by the giant moose.
Okay. So, wow, it rolled. Yeah, next initiative, so that's not good. Top of the round, round one, we will start with Jimothy.
Okay, so it looks hostile. Looks like it's had enough snorting and.
Yeah, it's had enough
Rubbing his
chit
horns.
chat here.
All right. Of course, I go first. All right. Well, I will steady aim with my bonus action to get advantage, or to get advantage on my attack.
Okay.
Pew.
24.
24 does indeed hit.
Okay, I will savage attacker because why not? Well, okay, we'll do the 8 plus sneak attack.
Oh, you do have sneak attack because of your steady aim.
Advantage, yeah.
Okay.
So 20 psychic.
Okay. It will. Let me double check on everything. It has all of that. Okay. It will take all of that. It seems like all of that goes through.
Okay. That's all for Jimothy. He can't move because of steady aim, so.
Gotcha. Okay. Up next is Asilo. And Asilo, like, I just want you to be, like, I know you rolled, you got a natural 20. Like, you can still try to stop this, like, if you want to. Like, you can still take actions. Like, but right now, it's not trying to, like, be reasonable. So, like, you're still more welcome to attack it or whatever, but I just feel like, you can't stop this pain trick. But, it just right now, it's choosing not to respond, and it looks like it's going to attack. And then Jimothy quickly fires at it. So, which may or may not influence what it is going to do, but I just wanted to let you know about that.
Okay, so I will move up next to it, so that will use all of my movement. And I will cast Compelled Duel.
Okay.
DC 13 Wisdom saving throw. So if it is going to attack and it fails that saving throw, it has to attack me.
Okay. We'll roll for that right now. It rolled an 11, so it fails.
Okay.
To focus on you.
And I will take a defensive stance.
Okay.
For my
what is
action.
What is that?
I don't remember.
I think you're. I think you just have the. So what is that? I don't remember. You can mitigate damage. Okay. When a creature hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage by rolling the damage die of a weapon in your hand. That's pretty cool. Do you have that? Do you have that?
Well,
Dodge?
no, I thought maybe I'm thinking of the dodge action. So I'll dodge.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. I was about to say, I was like, okay, so dodge, yeah, so pretty much like it has disadvantage on you. If I remember correctly. Yeah, it has disadvantage, okay.
So I'll take the dodge action and just stand here.
Oh, that's cool. I forgot about that part. And if you see the attacker, you can make dexterity saving throws with advantage. That's cool. All right. So that's your turn.
Yep, that is my turn.
Okay, Bofades, you're up.
Oh, yes, I am concentrating. Oops.
And Bofades is gonna try and move. Like back this way.
Mm-hmm.
Pretend that was in a straight line, not in a giant zigzag, or my inability to count squares.
All right.
And then I will Blasto.
Okay.
That's less than ideal.
Okay, so a 13 to hit. A 13 actually does hit.
Oh!
Or what is that? Max damage. Okay.
Nope. Then I'm gonna fire another one.
Okay, a 14 also hits for 5 points of damage. Okay.
And that'll be. Actually, take that back. I will also. Give Jimothy some bardic inspiration.
Okay. So if you get some bardic inspiration you can use for next time. And then anything else?
That is it.
All right, cool. Up next is Oz. Oz, you see your friend. It looks like the creature is taking more of an aggressive stance. You see your friends light it up. What are you doing?
Gosh, feels like everything we try and have a chat with still just tries to attack and kill us. So
You're like,
oh well. I am going to try and hit this with some fire.
okay, 20 does hit.
It's gonna be 10 hot damage.
Man, that's spicy. Okay, it takes all of that. These are just messing it up. Anything else?
Are these things like? Do they have any height to them?
No, they're kind of like barely like maybe like paint, like they're really just like almost engraved into the ground. Yeah.
Okay, I'll hide behind both 80s.
They're tall enough to trip over and roll your ankle.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you got movement. Anything else, or is that it?
That's gonna be it for now.
All right, Zoran. Zoran, do you have the killer instinct?
I mean, I saw all my other friends attacking it, so I don't know what everyone was talking about with the moose, but I'm just gonna attack it then. I assume that's what
Okay.
we're doing.
Fair enough.
So let's use this turbo.
Okay, yeah, 27 does indeed hit. God damn. We're rolling rocks.
So it'll be 13 for my damage.
Okay.
So I'll attack it again.
Yeah. 26 does indeed hit.
What did I roll? See if I can do a little bit better. Okay, so it'll be for 9 damage.
Dang, all right. Okay, it takes all of that.
And then last one.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 attacks on my first round. Okay, yeah, so then this will be my last one. Oh no. A 12? I think a 12 hits. Maybe.
12 actually does hit.
Okay, or 7.
7 points of damage. Okay. Dang, that all goes through.
It's also really about building our self-esteem with enemies with no AC.
Yes.
I mean, it is quite a large creature, but yeah, its AC is pretty darn low. But that's all right.
I don't remember seeing any armor on this moose.
Yeah, it's just kind of hanging out.
Moose armor would cost extra.
Moose armor.
Moose armor, goddamn. So,
And that's all I will do. I will just stay here.
okay. So, it is its turn. It is going to look at you, Asilo, and it is going to try to hit you with them antlers. Let's see how it does. And I'm assuming an 18 misses your AC.
Yes, it would miss my AC.
Okay. It will then raise its two, like it's gonna like almost like on its hind legs and just stomp at you with its hooves there. Does a 23 hit your AC?
Wow.
Yes, it
that's a
does.
disadvantage.
Wait, disadvantage?
Yeah.
Doing the thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, the dodge. Oh.
The dive.
Let me roll that again then. Sorry, clarify that. Okay, then that will miss. So it is less than that. Okay. Thank you.
It was actually rolling with advantage.
No, I wasn't rolling. Yeah, I was rolling shirt rolls. I completely forgot. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. So yeah, both. So you're almost like, I mean, you're dodging it. So you're moving out of the way. You're just too quick for it. And it just kind of like tries to stomp at you, and it just completely misses. But the rest of you notice that like the ground here kind of like shatters a little bit. Like it just like it cracks and crumbles. Like it leaves like it leaves its mark wherever it's trying to do damage. So you don't want to be hit by one of those.
Careful, or I will punish you for damaging this place.
All right, speaking of which, it is Jimothy. So top of the round, back to you.
Perfect timing. Jimothy will an attack.
Oh my god. Well, that sucks.
This moose has like 1,500 health.
So I'll go ahead and roll my sneak attack with 3 more, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta get that 6 sneak attack dice. Whoa.
All right, give me all that damage. Set it up there.
That's 39 psychic damage.
Holy shit! Okay, it is looking spicy there. Whatever that means. All right, what else you got there, Jimothy? It's up. It's looking bloody.
I'll bonus action attack again.
Okay, bonus action attack again.
For 6. I'll do my 7th attacker. 6 more damage.
Okay. So it takes that. Still up. Not looking great, but it's still up.
That's it.
Okay. Asilo, you are in front of it. It tried to attack you. It is bloody. You're noticing that like there's it's blood coming out, or like for like from the arrows and whatever Jimothy's doing to it.
Jimothy did move back a little bit, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
Hold on. Why can't I find what I'm looking for?
What are you looking for?
Okay. Well, I'm trying to see, like, can I...
Lay on hands, heal the moose.
No,
I would appreciate that. It needs it.
Okay.
Ask it if it knows where any owlbears are.
What size is this creature?
It is large.
Is it large? And I am medium.
Correct. Not huge, unfortunately. Though I did use to describe it as such, but I am technically.
Okay, I would. Let's see. Just using the attack action. Okay, what I would like to do is I would like to grab the moose's antlers and shove it to the ground.
Okay, so you're gonna try to grapple this guy, or
Well, it's using the attack action. You can make a special melee attack to shove a creature, either to knock it prone or push it away from you. Or if you're able to make multiple attacks with the attack action, this attack replaces one of them.
Okay.
Target must be no more than one size larger and must be within your reach. Instead of making an attack roll, you make a strength athletics check contested by the target's strength, athletics, or dexterity acrobatics check.
okay, it is going to compete against you with its athletics. It's not very dexterous, but it is pretty strong.
Okay, so
All right.
athletics.
It will roll as such. It'll be fun. I like this. This is different here. What the fuck? Yo, this is some bullshit. I rolled actually pretty decently too. It is a skill check, and it could have beaten you, but it can't beat that natural 20. So this is awesome. So you come, and I don't know, maybe Asilo did some wrestling back in his youth. I guess he's pretty young anyway, but
Yeah.
grabs the my brother used to do do like wrestling and stuff like that over the radio and stuff. And it's like you just do the same thing. You like come around and you just almost flip it and bring it down to the ground. And you subdue the said moose. Goodness. You guys are seeing an incredible feat of strength as you bring down this animal. I mean, it is just incredible. Okay. And that does only one of your actions. So what else are you doing?
I will tell the moose, end this now. Don't make us destroy you. Let us come to an agreement.
Okay. I'll say this. Why don't you give me another persuasion roll, please?
We tried to beat cooperation into the moose.
All right. Okay. So, all right. You guys all see this. Bofades, what are you doing? You continue blasting, or what's up?
How did the creature look?
I mean, it looked bloodied, yeah. So it's got less than half its HP. So it's not looking great. It's got blood and everything all over it. And you notice that Asilo just did this feat of a god. Like, this is like a multiple 1,000-pound animal. Like, how much does the moose weigh? That's a great question. Yeah, a male between 840 to 1,500 pounds. Yeah, this is probably like, 2.5-ish tons. Like, it's pretty.
Want to cast sleep?
What's up?
That I'm gonna cast sleep on the moose.
Okay. Wow, I can't believe you're casting it at 3rd level. Is that what's happening here?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I see why you're asking this. All right. I see where you're playing at. Okay. So you notice Silo brings this thing down. Silo's like, all right, you've stopped this now. And then Bofades comes up, and then casts this. And you notice that the creature starts like slowly closing its eyes as it is knocked out. And it is unconscious. It is asleep.
Now's our chance. We have to kill it now.
Okay,
so put it down while it's down.
Put it down while it's down. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this. But it is asleep. And we'll keep going just because I want to make sure. Okay, actually, I'll just ask this: does anyone continue to plan to attack it, even though it's asleep? If so, we'll continue the combat. If not, we'll.
How long does it stay asleep for?
About a minute.
If no one.
Yeah, 1 minute.
So I'll keep the initiative up, but like we'll kind of give you guys a bit of time as you bring it.
Okay, we probably know how long it lasts. So, what are we doing?
Yeah. So
Isn't this a servant of some evil goddess?
I believe so.
So we kill it.
All right.
Okay, so we got 1 vote for killing the moose.
Yeah, I mean, if it was not a servant of an evil goddess, then I'd be less inclined to murder it in its sleep. I mean, dispense justice for the Northerners.
Right. I'm all for the wilderness, but evil wilderness is different.
Okay, so I want to make a clarification here. It's not like like it wants to like kill everything for the sake of killing everything.
No.
It's so like it's not like that's its pure intention. It just happens that the way it administers its quote unquote justice tends to lead to evil acts, if that makes sense.
I was gonna say the Frostmaiden is neutral. She will go to any lengths to protect the forest and her creatures.
I thought you said the Frostmaiden was neutral evil.
Yeah. So okay. So, you know, I like I mean, yes, it is mechanically. Yes, it is. And then she herself does that, and I think, it's kind of a tough question because, like, yeah, I mean, if you have that notion, that's fine. I don't want you to like change your perspective on any of it. But right now, like, all it's wanting to do is just stop the deforestation. It's not like saying doing any other stuff. So if you haven't, I guess, observed other evil doing, I guess, besides the tax kind of thing. So if you believe that, that's fine. I don't want to like push you one way or another. I want to give more context. It's not like, oh, I want to protect, kill all these people because I want to take over the world or whatever.
I was just say with the insight that I got from like the religion check earlier, I would know that, you know, she's not vengeful, trying, you know, going out of her way to just like randomly kill people. She's protecting something by using whatever means are available to her.
Yeah, so that's probably the best. So this is the other thing, right? You know that Frostmaiden herself is doing that, and then whatever the rest of it is, you know, leading. So you, that's the other thing. I would agree with you. It is following this evil deity. So you could perceive that as that. So I don't want to say, like, I don't want to put you one or another. I just want to give you a bit more context. So if you, I think it would align with what Timothy's beliefs at the war. So yeah, it's following these evil things. We should kill, like, you know, that's. But I just wanted to tell you this. Just give you a bit more context on it. So
in one of the D&D alignment charts, they've got the xenomorph under neutral evil. I'm just gonna throw it out there. We're dealing with a xenomorph, so I think we need to respond as such.
Yeah.
Well, okay, if it were me,
So are there going to be like
with
face
the
huggers
xenomorph,
popping out of the statues?
I would blow up the planet. So, in that respect, you know, Timothy's 100% correct. Yeah, but yeah, I guess that's a good way to think about it. You know, this being is doing what it's told because it's in its nature, and its nature right now has been influenced by this druidic whatever is happening to it.
Okay, I vote we go up to the moose and we just hug it, and then when it wakes up, it'll be embraced lovingly and change its ways.
Okay.
It's going to be embraced with 50 feet of hempen rope while it's asleep.
Okay. All right. So we have hugging it. We have killing it. Zoran, Bofades, what are your guys' thoughts?
I mean, Bofades was always pro putting this down because, well, he respects the nature element. They were sent here for a task, and you know, this will potentially putting this down will lead to other things.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
It'll aggravate the druid who put it here.
We had to resolve the issue of the moose attacking people. If the moose doesn't attack people and just stays off in the distance, the issue's resolved.
How do we keep it here? You think we could just leave it tied up forever? Are you going to tend to it? Make sure it still gets food and drink?
Will it fit in our bag of holding?
No.
All right.
Can we stick it?
I say-
Can we stick
I
it
thought you were about to say
Not
something
as it-
reasonable.
Not as it currently is.
It'll fit in both of them in pieces.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Did you have anything of valuable input to add? No, but honestly, like, what is Zoran like? What are her morals on this? Like,
to go find this moose, and I didn't understand anything that was going on. Other
right?
than,
Exactly. You don't know, so like.
Bofades in a silo were talking to this moose, but then everyone else also attacked it. I'm going to assume that this moose was going to attack us, and I mean, I'm with Jimothy. Like, I don't know. Like, our job was supposed to come in here and
Right.
kill the moose, and so I figured that's what we're still doing, unless someone conveys to me and the rest of the group why we need to save it.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's completely fair. I will say this though, just like Bofades, he's always be blasting, and he chose not to keep blasting and put it to sleep. So like, unless he was like, I want to put it to sleep so I can continue blasting. You know, like.
And it's easier to put a hammer into an unconscious moose.
Right. So I just want to.
I mean, I will follow what Bofades is doing. He's the one who set it to go to sleep. If Bofades has a plan of some sort, I'm willing to carry that out. I just don't know what it is at this point.
Zorn's taking a nap
pause
too.
on the TiVo.
Okay. So, what I've heard from everyone. So we've got 3 people to kill it. 1 person to keep it subdued and try to like negotiate with it at some point. And then Oz, I'm still not sure. You said hug, but I'm sure that's not what I actually mean.
Oz, knowing the little bit that he knows about Oral, it doesn't seem like she is a nice deity. From the little that he knows, I don't know if Asilo relayed to the group that Oral is like neutral evil, based off of what Asilo knows. So Oz is just kind of like, Oral's keeping the entire North in perpetual darkness. This thing is a servant of hers. Let's put it down.
Okay. All right. One last thing I'll say, and then we're gonna jump back in because it seems like you guys this moose like isn't natural, right? Like something happened to it, whatever, like, or it was created or something like that. So in that sense, like you could be like, well, this is like an abomination to get rid of, or 2 is like maybe it's just a normal moose and something happened to it. And you've observed this before with the creature that in Bremen. So you do have that bit of context in the back of your mind. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So that changes your minds, great. If not, we'll jump actually right back into the initiative and actually keep playing things out.
People were also in that town that we intervened. They were sacrificing people to the Frostmaiden.
Mm-hmm.
That's another point, right? So like,
yeah,
it's pretty complicated, right? Like there's and I would say, yeah, Asilo, you know this information. You have this information in the back of mind that she would be considered that a neutral evil deity. Choose to convey that at some point.
I would say, now since the moose is subdued on the ground sleeping, I look to the group and it's like I understand acting in the service of what you perceive to be a higher power. That is all this creature is doing. The ends may not justify the means, but this creature is acting to serve its master. And hopefully we can contact their master and reach an agreement to not only save the people, but achieve some sort of balance between the people and this deity that he's forced to follow.
Okay.
But in the interim, what are we doing? It's not like we can prevent this moose from saving off things from the townsfolk. I mean,
yeah, you guys. I mean, I knew you all. This all definitely went way over a minute, but I'll say that you guys, you have this conversation, you chat it out, you're about to decide here. If you guys still feel the same way, that's great. We'll just jump right back in and just continue with that. I mean, like, it's not like, like it still could. I mean, you're gonna if one of you hits it, it's gonna wake up, right? Like, like, or unless you kill it. So, it's not like it's a completely decided thing. Like, there's still dice to be rolled and things to be decided upon by that. So if anyone has any change of heart, speak now. If not, we're gonna continue on with the. We'll just kind of, for the sake of not re-rolling initiative, just kind of go back to Buffets.
Yeah.
Does that seem fair?
Yeah, that works for me.
All right, then, Buffets, what are you doing? So you, or no, sorry, you just cast asleep. So we're gonna go past you. Sorry, my bad.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna jump to Oz then. Oz, yeah, you're in the initiative. You can choose to forgo. You can let the others take care of it if you want, or you can continue do some blasts of your own.
It's prone. Range attacks have disadvantage.
Who said that?
They do. They do.
All right, so mark it as such. My bad. Let's give it a little doodad. Is there a prone thing?
I didn't want to be the guy that had to make the decision for this whole group regarding this key pivotal moment, this moral dilemma that we're having.
Oh, that's not
Well, you could say you're holding your attack until someone else does something. I don't know.
Oz, here's what Asilo is saying, but this thing is kind of. Does it seem like it was a natural moose that got mutated, or does it seem like it was lab grown?
Yeah. Give me an Arcana check for that.
Is this thing non-GMO or what?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so with an Arcana, you gather, based on kind of like your previous knowledge of what you've seen, it seems like it was a moose, regular moose at some point, and something was cast onto it that transformed it and gave it the power to speak or whatever. So something magically happened to it. That's what you. So it seems like it was particularly a large moose. It could have been white naturally, like it'd just be like a rare oddity as well, and like something happened to it. But it seems like something magical did happen to it.
With that check, do I get any sense of how difficult it might be to revert that kind of magic?
Ooh, that's a okay. The 20, yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see. What? Sorry, give me 1 second.
Like undo God work.
It's a pretty high level spell, I would say. Like, what are you casting at right now?
I am casting at 3rd level. Thank you.
You're at level 5. Yeah, you gather that the magic is higher than that. Just like the equivalent of that, like something that like to challenge it for yourself like requires some higher magic in order to break whatever it is binding or afflicting this creature.
Okay, Oz doesn't care enough about a moose for this. If it was an owlbear, he would be game for trying to save this thing. Okay. If it was, that difficult, but he's just gonna cast Mind Sliver on it and said, "You made the wrong choice attacking us. No attack needed on my part. This thing has to make an intelligence saving throw."
right. I'm sure it'll
And
fail.
it's
And
sleep.
it does fail. And it is a sleep.
I don't know if that does anything for this kind of a save.
Yeah, but it does take damage, right? So how does once it takes damage, does it wake up? Is that what happens? Look at the spell here. Any insight on that before you see?
It looks like the sleeper takes damage.
Subtract.
Yeah, it wakes up.
Yeah, it does wake up. Okay. So it will wake up, so it will take said damage and it wakes up. It's still prone though, so that's good. But it is awake and it is taken. Apply that damage there. So 7 points of damage. Okay. Anything else, Oz, on that?
He'll move back. He just
Okay.
wanted to move up to get a better line of sight.
All right. Zoran, you are up.
I will attack it with my short bow. 17.
17 does indeed hit.
Let me use my savage attacker though, and then oh nope, so 4.
Okay.
You would have disadvantage because it's prone still, right?
Yes, that's true. All right, we'll stick with the 17. So you get the fun music though, so that's good.
I'll attack it one more time, and that's
Okay.
it.
So you will still have disadvantage on that.
For 19.
19 does hit. Are you okay for 4 points of damage? You're gonna savage attacker that.
I can only do it
Once per round.
once per turn.
Okay, so we'll take another 4 points of damage. Okay, it is still kicking, still up. All right. All right. It is actually its turn. All right. So for it to break this, Silo, what does it need to do? Just do another contested athletics, essentially.
I think since I shoved it, I didn't grapple it. I just shoved it to the ground.
Okay. So it's still prone, but it needs to like.
It just needs to stand up. I didn't grapple it, so it's not restrained or anything.
Okay, so it will stand up. And it's looking rough. And it's gonna try, so it's going to raise up its legs. And it's actually going to like, you notice that there's like a bunch of like, there's a bunch of rubble and everything like that. And it's gonna try to like smack against whatever top of the wall it is and bring everything crashing down on it or near you. So let's roll to attack for that. And that actually is not enough. Wow, that really sucks on my end. So it tries to come and it just can't quite reach the ceiling with it be standing on his leg, and it comes down. And then it's going to look at you, Asilo, and it's going to say, and I guess you can't, I guess, you know what, I'll say for the purpose it'll understand it. You guys can hear this. This is not my decision. I must do what I'm told. I'm bound to attack you. And that'll be its turn. Okay, Jimothy, you are up. You don't understand any of this, so you can continue on your way if you'd like.
I can continue killing it. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so my ally is still right next to him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna attack. I will savage attacker that.
Okay, 18 does it hit.
So 9 psychic plus sneak attack. 20 psychic.
Okay, I invite you to describe thy kill. Thine kill.
Like, it's just gonna be the way it just stood up in reverse, like if someone reversed the video.
Okay, that happens all slow motion, and then it just collapses down into the ground. And it is defeated.
And Jimothy will run to the middle of the moon dial's circle and like hang off of the moon dial, raising his arm in victory.
What the fuck? All right. And with that, we will end the combat there. And then you have marked this creature defeated as it collapses to the ground. It says one last word. As it expires, and it says, "Thank you," and then it dies.
Another creature of evil slain.
That's
The
2
town
words.
folk saved.
Sorry, you're right. This is too.
That's 2 words.
So for everyone else, all we hear is like moose noises. I don't really know. 'Cause
Yeah,
we
I
wouldn't
mean, the
know
only
that
one who
it's
can
him.
hear this is Bofades, and then for the purpose of this, just a silo. So you guys hear the creature let out a thank you as its final breath leaves its body. Okay.
Wait, do you have any loot?
Does it have any loot? Go.
I feel like Jimothy and I are gonna go into this rubble, see if we can find something in here.
Right? I mean, clearly the moose was standing in there.
I
Yeah.
mean, we're gonna have to bring back something to the townsfolk to tell them that we killed their moose problem.
So then, yeah, Gabe comes around. Just as about to mention that, Gabe comes around the corner, and he's just like, "You did it! You bested it! Wow, you guys really are just as heroic as other people say you were." Sorry, it's much easier to see than to just hear word of mouth. You hear a lot of tall tales out there.
I've never lied about what we've done.
And he's like, "I'll never doubt you again."
Does it seem like Bofades is lying about
Yeah,
that statement?
yeah. You can roll an insight, but nah, you know him well enough. You've been hanging out with him. He's full of crap.
So,
Okay.
Oz wants to look at the symbols and see if he notices anything kind of strange about any of the moon symbols.
Like due to this happening, or just like
Just in general, like his whole spiel got interrupted when he was in the middle of, being neurodivergent.
sure. Yeah. So I'll say, why don't you give me? Actually, no. I'll just give some stuff. Yeah, nothing changes. Everything seems to be like the same stuff you noticed before. Like it's a bit warmer. Like it seems like it's been there for a while. It seems like there's some sort of essence of magic to it.
Are the phases accurate to the real phases of the moon?
Yes, yeah, that part is true. Yeah, you do have that confirmed.
Okay.
And then the way it's positioned, it is currently matching up with whatever's happening in the world there.
Because there seems to be a mistake on the actual map here.
Probably. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past you, but it's supposed to be correct.
The 2 half moons seem to be wrong.
No, really, you looked up the actual.
Just based off of waxing and waning. Like,
oh, I see.
Right
Yeah,
side, the black is on the
Yeah.
bottom, but the one that I'm right next to, it's like flipped.
Okay, I will message the map person and then tell them to just stop. Just never make a map ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
it's like they've
I
got
don't-
those 2 flipped.
Yeah, like I don't.
Yeah, okay. I'll message them that they're an idiot.
Okay, there, Mr.
yeah.
OCD. You're the only one that noticed this.
I'm not. I'm actually not the only one who noticed this. I didn't know if it was a clue for like what's going on in this area, and like it's built.
No, that's a
into
good point. I missed it just now, so no. But it is technically it is supposed to be factually correct. I don't think the moons differ in this world than how they release their phases, but I'm not going to look into that. I'm just going to assume that it is.
Can you just imagine, like, the moon, like, is gradually getting to that halfway point?
And then switches.
And then it just flips.
Yeah.
Wait, that's supposed to be shadow. It can't just flip like that. That's...
Okay. So, yeah, some of you mentioned you wanted to just hop into, like, the rubble area, or what are you guys doing now?
I'm going to do that if I can help a silo move the moose over or whatever.
As the moose dies, does it like revert back to like a previous form, or does it stay how it is?
So yeah, that's a good question. It looks like it stays as it is. So it's just an abnormally white moose. Like it would abnormally large white moose. Like I guess it was selected like something, but it doesn't revert back to anything like that. Physically anyway, like maybe mentally it's back to being a regular moose. You're not sure. It's dead now, so it doesn't matter. But
I will take some time to collect the antlers from the moose.
Okay, so you will. All right, why don't you give me maybe a medicine or a nature or
Survival.
Survival's good. I like that.
They're all
Jimothy
about the
will
same.
run up and say, "Are you going to put them on the wall somewhere on when we have a wall?"
I mean, we are going to end up owning the ramshackle.
Perfect. We can put it over the entrance. People will be reminded of our heroism every day.
Our terrorism or heroism?
Oh.
But I'm using it as proof that we've defeated this white moose. So there's no question.
Okay, so with an 18, yeah, you're able to remove the part, the antlers, pretty cleanly. This is, I mean, they're huge, right? Like they're just pretty large. But you have them, so you can mark down that you have some antlers of a large white moose. And who knows? They could be pretty valuable. Like, I mean, something this large, this rare. Like somebody collect them or something.
Can I search the rubble?
Yes. So Zorn, why don't you give me an investigation check? And or something.
Oh no, an 11.
Okay. So
Jimothy will direct, telling her which rocks to lift.
Yeah. So you kind of like start searching through the rubble, and it doesn't seem like you find anything within the rubble per se, but you start peeking in, and let me see what you. Yeah, you notice that there seems to be, some rocks, some bones in there. It seems like right now, from what you immediately see without going in there, it seems to be relatively empty.
When you say bones, you mean like bones of like small animals or something, right?
Yeah,
not
small
like
animals.
Human bones. Okay.
Correct. Okay, so with detect magic, all right. Within the area,
I want to point this out,
Mhm.
just in case it comes up in the future. I can't technically cast this as a ritual. It throws me off because I have the R there that means it's a racial ability. But you can't actually cast racial spells as rituals because it's not in the spell book. So Oz was just doing nonsense earlier when he was trying to cast it as a ritual, and he's probably like, why doesn't this work?
No. I okay. Well, I appreciate that. Appreciate your holding yourself honest. Yeah. So you do get you do get a sense of magic just pinging from all around the area. You don't get like anything like particular thing. It's like a hue of just like abjuration magic. It seems like that's what it is. I'm sure that's correct. Coming from the slope, the dial and everything, and then just for the sake of it's kind of fun, you get a slight pink a hue coming from the moose of almost like it's fainting or decaying of transmutation magic.
Okay. Then Oz is gonna step into like where the moose came from, and just act as a radar, I guess. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. As you're moving through, and then I will kind of follow you along here and see if you pick up anything else. Okay.
It won't let you through the wall.
This is stupid. You should be able to. Okay, let me delete the moose here. Bye, moose. Let me look at the walls here. I thought I had it right. I'm upset. Oh, sorry, because there is a wall there. You can go through now. Hooray!
Oh, look at that.
Okay, so you step in here, and the first thing you notice as you step in, there's a set of a couple of statues within the room.
Okay.
So for Zorn and Jimothy, as you step in, the statues, they're the three marble statues of the elves that are pretty much identical to the ones that you found outside, except their faces haven't really been worn or withered away as much. They look a little better, and they're facing east, so towards the wall. So they're facing in that direction, like towards the wall you just came through. But yeah, you guys can start moving around if you like, seeing if you spot anything. And I'm sorry, just to be clear, you guys kind of did step down, so this is about a few feet down into this kind of like lower-ish area. And you would gather, based on how you position this, like this would be difficult terrain on this rubble here. So just want to give you a little bit of a...
You did say it was dark in here?
It is dark, yes.
And I will light a torch, because I'm blind.
Okay, wait, don't you have your, or that's the Buffettes that has the goggles? Or...
Yeah, Buffetti
I'm
said
the one who has the goggles.
we have not been able to find a second set yet.
Yeah.
Maybe, we'll see in due time. Okay, so you guys are in here. You guys, looks like you notice that there's a couple passageways. Sorry, give me 1 second here. Why doesn't everyone give me a perception check to kind of see what they see here?
Are we doing a visual-based perception check?
You can choose if you wanted to hear or smell or sense.
We'll do visual since I get advantage.
Yes.
Nice.
And his name is John.
Oh my god. You know what? I might as well just give you the book here with all these natural 20s you're rolling.
Do it.
I'll
Mail
say
it to me. I'll give my address.
I'm still trying to get my torch lit, so I don't see shit.
Okay. So Oz and Asilo, or no, Oz and Jimothy. I was looking at Asilo when I said that. You notice that there's a little like hallway or something down here, a little hallway, something down here. And then you notice that there seems to be like, it was like, Jimothy, do you have dark vision, or Oz, do you have dark vision?
I do with my cloak.
Okay.
Yep.
You notice that there seems to be like something hanging over here, like a painting mirror wall, some frame is hanging up against over here.
Well, let's go check it out. You seeing this, Jimothy?
Of course, I see everything.
Oh man, your robe is creepy. I like it.
Okay, so you
Just
notice
eyeballs.
you notice that there's a mirror at the end of the wall, and it's like an oval shaped mirror, and it's relatively large. It's like 7 feet tall and about half as wide. And it's encircled by this decorative stone frame.
So it's 2 Jimothys tall by 1 Jimothy wide.
I'm not a unit of measure.
It's fair.
Okay. The first thing that as well you notice is that the stone frame glows with like a silvery scintillating light.
Does this thing seem magical? Because my detect magic lasts 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, this thing be magical, all right.
Jimothy doesn't want to stand it. Like, I want to move up without standing where I can see my own reflection in it.
Okay, you want to move in front of it without seeing your own reflection? Is that what you're
I want to move up, like, but not walk
Like,
straight
where
out
it's
of
like-
my reflection. Like, I'd like to like
Right.
stay off to the against the wall and see.
Okay, Oz, do you do that, or do you just go up in front of him and be like,
I have beautiful hair. Do I get a sense of what kind of magic is coming from this with the old detect magic?
It looks like, this is a great question that I should know, and I'm double checking something. So it looks like it's got, this is, I know what magic it can do. I'm trying to check like what specifically it is about it. It looks like it has some sort of like divination magic from it.
Josh, what do I know about divination magic?
It's divine.
That is. Yeah, you do know that it's divine. It's typically.
Like, okay, let me
Yeah, help me out here. What are you trying to
rephrase
look
my
for? 'Cause-
question.
Yeah, that's a very big or very large question, I guess.
It is a large question, but do I know of any kind of divine magic that would be harmful in the context of a mirror? Like,
Okay, that's a great question. I like that. Why don't you give me an Arcana check for that? I like that.
well, we had to get a low roll at some point. 11.
Damn, I really wanted you to get this one. Okay.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
So what you would know, it's like almost like it allows you to, in this instance, like this could be used like establish a connection with something or someone. The way the inner mechanisms are, you're not sure. You might have to take more time. And I'll say this, like when you kind of fail some of these checks, I don't want you to be like, well, that information's lost forever, right? Like I really want to say like, you could think about it again, you could read something else. Maybe you'll find something in here and you want to revisit it. So like, as of right now, it's not coming to you or you don't have enough information on it. And I like to, and I've said this before, but like, so maybe just keep exploring, just keep it in the back of your mind, but there is something about it that it is unique.
Okay, Jimothy, I think we need to try and cover the surface of the mirror to be cautious, and then we could try and see if we can't detach it from the wall.
How far off the ground is the mirror?
It seems like it's not that far off. It's just enough. Like it's like, maybe like a foot, 2 feet,
Okay.
Something. Yeah. Like it seems like it takes up most of this wall here.
Is it built into the wall, or is it like a frame hanging onto the wall?
Yeah, it seems like it's a frame hanging onto the wall. But what's interesting about it, it's not like it's like, where like when you hang a frame, it's like slightly forward. You can see like maybe it's like on a hook or something like that. It seems like it's like pressed against it or like.
God damn it! They use double-sided tape.
Or double, yeah. It's what's it called? It's command stripped to the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Zoran, she's got a tarp. Yeah, you can say that if you want. If you want to throw a little tarp up there. You just tuck it like that, and it just falls like right in front of you. Doesn't it actually cover it?
I'll use my mage hand to pick the tarp up and just try and hold it in front of it.
Okay, so you grab the tarp with your mage hand, you raise it up, and you cover it up, and nothing happens.
I feel like it's like mostly a normal mirror. You stand in front of it, and it's like you're gonna have a good day today, and we're all like, it's gonna kill us.
Yeah, it's a exactly, and it's got a magical aura. Tarp loot.
So
Okay, so
can we see if
cover
we
it
can
up.
pull it off the wall?
Okay, yeah. So you go to grab it, and then this is actually interesting. Let me take a.
The jaws of the mimic open wide.
If it's a mimic, I don't try to pull it off the wall.
Yeah, so keep
It
form.
It looks like it's like firmly like. So this is odd. It looks like it's not. So you kind of like cover it up, right? And you kind of look and like see you can see, but it looks like it's like completely pressed. Like it's kind of like hard to like grab your fingers around it. Like it's not like you can't like grab it like into the wall or anything like that. It's like you can't, and you try to like tug on the edges of the stone frame, and it's like almost like adhered to the wall or like it's part of the wall or something.
It's not like it's a picture hanging on a wall. So
Yeah, no, it's not like it's got like a hook or anything like that on it.
Timothy's gonna peek behind the tarp.
Okay, you peek behind the tarp, and you see the little bit of reflection of yourself that you peek, or the little bit of the reflection. It looks like it's doing normal mirror activities.
And it looks like me. Normal me.
Normal you, whatever.
Normal, glorious me.
Yeah, so you look at, you're like, wow, look at this handsome, striking dome.
Okay. I'll touch the glass of the mirror.
Okay. You touch it, and you ruin it because you leave a smudge mark on it.
Fingerprint.
It's got your evidence. No, yeah, you touch it, and nothing happens.
Okay.
I
think we can remove the tarp.
Yeah, I'll seeing that Jimothy didn't die horribly, or not horribly. Oz will carry the tarp back to Zoran with Mage Hand and just kind of get close and.
Okay. Why don't the both of you give me an investigation check on it? As you're kind of like peeking through and seeing what you can find on it.
It is Nemesis job.
Dude, I'm literally not having fun anymore. What's happening here?
Tell us the end of the story, please.
All right. So, I gotta give you something for this because
the mirror allows you to see the future, and you witness your own death. So,
Jimothy, you're kind of investigating this, and you notice that it's held with glue, particular glue, and it looks like it's actually called sovereign glue. You've heard of this before, and what you gather is that like the mirror can't be removed from the wall without shattering it. So you gather that, so it seems like it's going to be there forever.
We'll remove the wall itself.
You could do that. That's possible. Somehow. Oz, it seems like, just kind of like with Jimothy helping you investigate this, and you kind of like, you're both like maybe looking at it, touching the sides of the frame, and then Oz, it hits you, like whatever you were like, it was like the fog that it was. You've seen something like this before. And as you're thinking about this, and you're just like, why do people use mirrors? Like, why is it magical? And like, maybe in your studies, like, there's various different forms of this, but you can use this mirror like a crystal ball where you can use it to scry.
Okay.
So you're like, oh man, like where have I seen this? Like why would a mirror be magical and stuff like that? Like maybe it's teleportation. Like you're ruffling through your mind of some of these things, and then it hits you that like, maybe what Gabe was telling you, like it knew where all the hunters the loggers were gonna be, and that's because they were being scryed upon. And it just all connects all at once to you.
Huh. It's got to have some sort of trigger word.
I'm just laughing at a moose going, mirror, mirror on the wall.
Oh, it's in common. I'll say, mirror, show me the forest.
Okay. So this is really cool. I've actually never dealt with this kind of mechanics before, so this is actually fun for me as a GM. So you
At latitude X and Y and longitude Y. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking at the spell here. So you look at you look, and then sure enough, you cast it, and yeah, you pretty much get like the Blade Runner. Like you get like the freaking. You guys ever played Star Wars Battlefront or Battlefront 2, where it like kind of like zooms on the it kind of like does that, except onto like the forest and Lonelywood. And so you like zoom in on a particular part, or Google Maps a particular part of the forest.
I have played Google Maps. Yeah.
Okay, all right, Greg.
Now, is it like a political overview or a satellite overview?
It's a terrain overview.
Terrain, okay.
No, but you actually do like zoom in and you like see like a part of the forest. You see like a hare. Yeah, let's keep politics out of this, okay? Yeah, this is a politics-free podcast or show.
Go north.
And sure enough, it like starts moving up north.
Are you gesture controlled? So I'll like reach towards and see if I can swipe.
You like pinch to zoom.
Okay, so let's actually look into the language of the spell here, so because I'm just playing around here. But when you are scrying, you can see and hear a particular creature you choose that is on the same plane of existence as you. The target must make a saving throw Elvis. So right now, in order to really get the use out of it, you have to like pick a being for it.
Is it just that? I thought it was a location too that you could.
I'm looking at the spell here specifically.
Maybe.
So
I want to find Sepik Caltro.
Okay, all right. So, okay, just for the sake of purposes, we're gonna say that you passed that because technically only one person's supposed to be operating it, but you guys switched off or whatever. That is some big brain thinking. You know what? That's
in the bottom paragraph, you can scry a location. The very bottom.
You can choose a location you have seen before as a target of this spell when you do. Okay, cool. Okay, so Matt, you get a point of inspiration. That was really, really cool thinking. So that's awesome. I am going to pull up Mr. Caltro's character sheet real quick. And then roll the save here.
Oh man, what DC though? Like the mirror probably has one.
100.
Okay, so there are modifiers here that help me out, so that's good. Where are you, Mr. Caltro? Oh, there you are. Okay, so a wisdom saving throw, is that correct? Yes. Okay. And you succeed, meaning he failed. So sure enough, like it's almost cool. Like you zoom out from the forest and it like flies over and you see Sepik Caltro in the image, or what you gather based on like the description of that you've gotten from like various different sources. So okay, So Sefik Keltro, he's got like long, kind of like black hair that's kind of like he just kind of pushes it back. He's pretty decent built. He's got like these blue like leather armor, it seems. Let me see any of that. He's got these piercing blue eyes. And it seems like his hair is actually kind of put back in a ponytail. You notice that he isn't, as he's moving around where he's at in the, it seems like he's in one of the towns right now. And he is like walking around with everybody else. You know, he's kind of in like a group of people. Maybe it's the caravan that he's been traveling with, but everyone else is wearing kind of like these big, heavy coats. You know, all this warm weather clothing, and he's just wearing this like regular like armor or whatever, and like he seems like he's not being affected by it at all. So yeah, and let's see, what else do you get from that? I want to make sure we get from the spell here. You gather that he is outside of Brinshander. Based on like kind of like what you know of the city and everything, that he is somewhere within the bounds of the Brinshander area as of right now.
Okay.
And he's just walking with the caravan. So it seems like he maybe is walking towards something, walking away. You can't quite tell because you're kind of like this. Oh, no, that's what you have.
Okay. Okay. I guess I'll
Wow,
watch
that
it
was
as
really
long
cool.
as we can, and then once it fades or whatever, then I'll stop watching.
How long is it?
Can other people see it? So can I see it standing there next to me, or no?
I would assume so. Like, I think it just like appears like on, like it's a crystal ball, like it appears and like shows you everything. So I'm assuming it's not like just to whoever is there and can observe the mirror, they can see this information.
Okay.
Wow, that was a really good use of the scrying. I'm impressed.
When the spell ends, Oz is going to be like, "That's brilliant. Show me owlbears."
Okay. All right. So,
This is when the magic fades and like it needs to recharge.
well, yeah. So you do that, and then, yeah, it seems like it's got some cooldown period or something like that. It fades away.
No.
Yeah, you used one on the forest, one on owlbears, and I used one for the story.
Yeah, the forest one was a mistake. I agree.
Here, let me roll a save for the owlbears. You are pretty familiar with them, I guess, in books and writing. So
Yeah, still probably secondhand though.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, you have that information. So that's cool. What are the rest of you doing as you see Jimothy and Osmer being like, ooh, ah, in front of this mirror?
I'll go ahead and
Kids and their newfangled technology. Just kidding.
You go and you're like, I'm gonna break it, shatter it.
so I'll go ahead and look through this area that we're in, see if I can find anything of value or import.
Okay, so I'll say
100% wanted to stroll up these stairs.
Okay, go. Yeah, which stairs? The ones you're right there. You want to start?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you go up. Yeah.
Do these stairs seem like a moose could go up them?
No, actually. It seems like
Okay.
these are mainly just for humans.
That makes me wonder, like, now that who was going up these stairs if the moose was in this room. Okay.
Okay. So, Silo, why don't you give me a perception or investigation check as you're kind of seeing if you can find anything else of value in this particular part of the room. Unfortunately, yeah, it's just mainly rubble and bones that way you can spot. Okay. So, Bophades, I see you moving up, and you approach a door, like the stone door in front of this end of this hallway here.
Okay. Can I check
You
it?
swing it wildly open?
Can I check it to see if it's trippy trapped?
Yeah, give me an investigation if it's trippy trap.
It's gonna work out really great. I can already feel it in my bones.
I don't know why you're not just sending Gabe up there.
Just throw Gabe at it. Oh my god.
Yeah, so 7.
Okay, so it doesn't seem trapped. You notice that there is a white semicircle. It seems like looks like the similar engraving of the moon on it. And it's actually it's actually does it tell you which half moon is it? With the rounded edge facing toward, that doesn't help me at all. Which, okay, whatever. It's the white's on the left. Or on the top, I guess, whatever. In this instance. So yeah, you don't see any traps on it, but you do notice the engraving on it.
Like an outhouse moon?
No, it looks like a half moon, like.
All right, okay.
It is locked. It is locked.
All right. He thinks there's a key somewhere. I will head back down, making note of the. So on if it's the half moon, right? And I'm going back here to look at the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the top half in shadow or the bottom half in shadow?
The bottom half is in shadow.
Okay.
That's a good
I just want to make sure to make a note of that for.
Zoran, I see you're at the other end of the hallway. Did you want to peek at that? That there. Okay. Why don't you give me an investigation check, please, as you approach?
Yeah, I just want to try and listen to hear if anything's coming from that room.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I probably don't hear anything though. Within feet.
Okay, an 8. Yeah, you're quite I'm sure. Yeah, you don't hear anything on the other side, and it doesn't seem to be a tracked or anything.
I'm gonna, since Bope's, I'm gonna yell at him and say, I'm gonna try the store. So I'm gonna try and open it.
Okay. You open it, and it actually does open up, so you're more welcome to click on that to open it. And in this room, this circular chamber seems to be it's the first thing you notice, yeah, it's circular, and it's like the ceiling, it's got a dome ceiling about 20 feet high. A beam of light shines down from the top of the dome, illuminating a rectangular stone sarcophagus. You see that just in the middle of the room there.
I'm not gonna go in. I'm gonna point it out to Silo and let him know that there's a sarcophagus in here and there's a weird light on it. So I can't see on any of the walls that there's like a little placard or something being like, this guy's really important.
No, you don't see that. But you did notice on the door that it was another half moon, but the moon, the shadowy part is on the top part of the sphere.
And referencing the sundial, moondial, whatever you want to call it outside, what's the shadowy top? Is that the section that was lit up when we were out there, or is that the current phase of the moon?
So yeah, the current phase of the moon right now, just for intents purposes, it is where it's pointing. It is this like, it's in between that. So.
Okay.
So we're not quite at the point where it's at one of these half moons. That'd be cool. That would make sense. But
But the door has this one, the 3 o'clock one, right? This one. The one
So
that
we should try mooning it to see if it unlocks.
Yeah, it has that one. Yeah. So it looks like it is approaching that time. Simple. Circle the half.
Okay, so well, I will sing the sarcophagus. End it. Go ahead and use my divine sense and see if I detect anything.
Okay. Within. Okay, let me double check something really quick. Okay, you do not get a ping of celestial fiend, an undead, coming from the sarcophagus in this area here.
Okie dokie. I'll go take a look at the sarcophagus. Do I see any writings on it? Anything important?
Yeah, so you notice on it, yeah, it looks like it's just pretty ornate. It seems like it's got like a bunch of like it's almost like just like almost like vine engravings and stuff like that. It's just it's just an ornate, like the way it, like the engraving is done. It's like really well crafted, and they're just trying to show some attention to detail for it. But you don't see any language or anything on it. What would you like to do there, Silo?
And does it look like it's very well sealed, like it's permanently been in place or opened at some point?
Yeah, it hasn't been tampered with. It seems like it's been sealed off for a while now. You know, it's it seems like not a lot of people have been in here, so it's, you know, whatever little bit of dust it has, it seems like just from you know, from dirt or whatever just from the walls, but it seems like no one's really disturbed this.
Okay. I'll walk back out of the room. I didn't see anything.
Okay. So, with that, so yeah, you guys are pulling back out. Where you guys want to go next? Are you guys going to try to? Because we're out of time here, so we're going to probably wrap it up here in a second. What are you guys thinking you want to do next? Do you guys want to explore the sarcophagus? Do you guys want to go try to open that room? Or are you guys going to be like, well, that's cool enough and get going? What are you guys thinking here?
I think we should check out that sarcophagus.
Okay, so yeah, Silo, you voice that to the team that you saw this sarcophagus and
yeah, I mean, I think Zoran said that she saw it in there. I relate to the rest of the group. It's the sarcophagus. It doesn't look like it's been disturbed. It's covered in ornate vines. I couldn't find any writing or language or anything saying who it belonged to or what it's for.
Can I open this door?
Which door? Oh, that's not a door, sorry, that's just a wall.
Oh, okay.
See. Mubby. Oh, scratch it. No, it's not. It is something, but it looks like it just takes you back outside. So it's like a little like passageway back out. Not bad. But yeah, so it will take you back outside what you gather.
Well, if Mercedes wasn't able to open this door, I guess, do we want to try and open it? Because I can try and maybe open it with some. Well, actually, I don't think I have any tools.
We could let our resident rogue
Yeah.
take a stab at
Jim-
cracking open.
Timothy, would you would you want to try and open that door over there that both Hades couldn't open up here?
Yep, if you show me where it is.
Okay.
I
So-
will, show him to the door.
Okay. Jimothy, why don't you
All the way
give
back
me an investigation check or a perception check first, if you'd like, as you kind of approach this door here.
Am I using visual?
No, it's more auditory this time.
Oh shit.
You need a robe of ears.
Fool me
So,
once.
23, you notice, you hear like maybe something like mumbling to themselves on the other side.
Oh,
Perfectly safe.
really?
This sounds
Oh.
perfectly safe and normal. I will try to pick the lock.
Okay, give me the sleight of hand.
I will. Has it been 10 minutes since my bardic inspiration during combat?
I think you should still have it.
I think you would. You were playing around with the mirror a little bit, but yeah, I'll say you have it.
What is it, D6?
D8 now.
8. Oh wow.
22.
Okay, so so you take the time and you notice that like as you're kind of opening it, like you're able to unlock it, no problem. But it seems like the door is almost like stuck. Like it's like almost like
Well, clearly, it's not so stuck that my massive strength could not overcome this. I will
potentially.
to pull it open with athletics.
Okay.
Or whatever you decide I should pull it open.
I
Yeah,
thought
thanks.
1,000% you were gonna say my massive athletics, and then you were gonna call a silo in.
That would have been perfect.
Behold my athletics check.
12.
You don't quite get it, unfortunately.
I'm holding onto the handle and like my feet are on both sides of the frame. I'm like completely off the ground. Just
Yeah.
all of my possible weight that I could have, and it's not gonna move.
It is not doing
Have
it.
you tried pushing it?
I'm out of energy. You push. I will get down.
Oh, look at this guy's big brain thinking.
All right, go ahead there, Silo.
Right. So, looking at the door, can I tell which way it's supposed to swing? Is it supposed to be pushed or pulled?
Yeah, it's supposed to be pushed. And actually, I was just like, oh, let me make sure it says that. And it literally says it pushes open.
So I will push on the door.
Give me an athletics check, please. Okay. Yeah, with the 12, yeah, I mean, it slowly takes you some time. And you're able to open up the door. And we will stop there and leave it for next time.
Oh,
guys-
you bum! No.
That's right. You're not gonna know until next time what's going on the other side of the door.
Oh. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I do feel like both Hades would be a lot further up these stairs if he was going to be showing Jimothy where it is. Just in case we are in instant battle. in 2
Oh,
weeks.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I didn't move myself, but I was saying I was showing him the way. So
Sure. All right, yeah. Why don't you move yourself up before we forget? I'll pause it for a second.
I was gonna say I can't move. Unpause me.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so yeah, we'll stop there. Looks like we're gonna be.
I have this horrible feeling that I just moved myself within range of some explosion, and I feel bad.
Oh, why do you think I unpaused it and let you do it? You're like, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so yeah, we'll pick it up there in like 2 weeks, and see what's on the other side of the door. So, I guess
All
just
I'm
for
thinking is it's gonna be that witch from Left 4 Dead, where she's crying and you go find her, and then she goes and kills everything.
Tries to eat your
yeah.
face as soon as you disturb her.
Yes.
Essentially. So yeah, I guess as you're approaching this, just kind of be thinking about what you guys want to be doing after this little part here, because it's not much left. Just what in terms of exploration on this. So just be thinking about what kind of the next thing you want to do for the
Just
adventure.
hang out here every day and scry on various people like trees.
Okay, that's one suggestion for that.
Oz is going to ask the mirror 3 random questions every day, and then remember that he wanted to ask about owlbears. Get disappointed, wait for the next day, and then have 3 other things to ask, and again forget to ask about owlbears.
No, it would only happen once, realistically.
Yeah. So, okay, well, cool. Thanks for playing, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ah. Sorry, Moose.
Yeah.
I tried.
You tried. I appreciate it.
Rest in pieces.
No, I appreciate you guys stepping up. The other thing, just I'll probably put this in the chat. I know there's been a lot of like mechanics and like with 1D&D and all this stuff coming out, and a lot of different things being redone. You want to take a look at that and see if there's anything that you like from that? I haven't really looked into it, but I mean, if there's something that you've seen or read about that you were enticed about, I'm more than willing to chat about it. So
I remember initially we had talked about taking the feats or whatever that were available from D&D 1.
Yeah, it's just like some of the other stuff. Like
we've either been forgetting to use them or.
Yeah, I mean they haven't like. I mean some of you have and like, but there's some stuff like some of the classes have been almost redone in some sense. So like, if there's something that you want to like.
Yeah.
revisit
So
on
like,
that.
fighters and monks have gotten a lot of rework. I think there's been some decent changes to the paladin. Like the books aren't out yet, so essentially what we'd have to do is look at like the most recent playtest material that they had to get kind of a feel for what that class is, and then it might change when they officially release the books in September.
Yeah, so I just if there's something at some point like you want to start implementing like or thinking about, like I'm amenable to that. I just wanted to like, because it's fun, like if you want to like your character be slightly better or be able to do slightly different things, I don't want to like discourage that. It doesn't make things a bit of a hassle.
One thing that I recall from some of the videos they've been putting out is drinking a healing potion is now a bonus action. They've now made that official.
Yeah, okay. So that rule that we've established is just there now, so that's cool.
Yeah. I think D&D Beyond has some articles on kind of what they've gone over recently from like the actual player's handbook. So that would probably be the best source to see what's been released.
So yeah, there's options. As stuff comes up, I just saw it and I was like, well, like, I mean, we play, so like, I want to not obviously just strictly transition to that, but like entertain some of the things that are being implemented. So Matt just popped up. Okay, so we'll pick it up there in 2 weeks. So thanks for playing, guys.
Alrighty, see you all then.
All right, see you then.
Yeah.